Banished to the shadow realms. What's up, y'all? I'm Timothy the Tiger, and I'm an evangelist, which means a messenger of the great news of King Jesus Christ. He personally has helped me heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now it is part of my dharma, part of my purpose to make these YouTube videos to inspire y'all to enter into a relationship with God. So, y'all, I'm quite certain here on YouTube I have been banished to the shadow realms. And today we're going to talk about censorship of the truth. So at the end of February, I was talking to my childhood buddy, and I was like, hey man, I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube because it says I got 6,000 subscribers, but man, I can, barely get like 50 views, 100 views on a video. And I'm just like, man, I think something's up. And he's like, are you on the other social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok? And I'm like, nah, I don't really vibe with those. I would never use those. And he said, you're pretty much shadow banning yourself by not being on those other social media platforms. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I'm already making these YouTube videos. It's not much harder to upload it to the other platforms. And so I made a TikTok and a Instagram and a Twitter. I made a website as well, timothythetiger.com. And yeah, it's Instagram and Twitter pretty much dead. Like nothing's really happened. I've been uploading all these same videos, but surprisingly, TikTok blew up. I was getting thousands of views every day on TikTok, way more than what I get here on YouTube. And the engagement was great, and I'll get into it more. Let's just go down here to purpose, where I'll just continue with what I'm saying because it's kind of a combination of all of these. I'm talking about the censorship of the truth, purpose, how this gives me a purpose in life, and then also gratitude for y'all watching, gratitude for y'all that comment, and I really appreciated that engagement on TikTok because I was getting hundreds and hundreds of comments and messages of mostly people just expressing gratitude and appreciation for the videos. There was definitely a lot of trolls as well because I get it. I say some controversial stuff. The video I last uploaded here on YouTube was called the Top 10 Signs We're Living in the End Times, the Last Days. And I posted that on TikTok as well and the other social media platforms. And on all of them, they're fine. Like no red flags, nothing, no strikes, no warnings. TikTok banned me, just boom, banned. And it was kind of frustrating because in the month of March, I got about 2,000 subscribers on that channel, which it's not very easy to do that organically. And it was a big motivation for me. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like this could actually turn into something. And then just get like that just ripped apart, be like, nope, banned. It really felt like a punch in the stomach, and took the wind out of my sails. And I was like, man, what's the point? Should I even make videos anymore? And if you notice, if you've been watching daily, I didn't post a video yesterday. And you know what? I'm just like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I say censorship of the truth because I'm just like, I was sharing the truth, y'all. And that's what these internet platforms, they don't like, because I know behind them is the devil. I mean, a lot of people are ignorant of spirituality. They're naive to who really runs the world. But I know who's really behind these social media platforms, and there are certain things you are not allowed to talk about. And I was trying to navigate that as best as I could. And I guess that video was just too much for TikTok. And just like boom, banned. And it was just frustrating because a lot of these videos I've been uploading to YouTube, I was mainly motivated to upload them to TikTok because I was actually getting real engagement, real comments. I mean, I know people comment here on YouTube, and I appreciate the small handful of y'all that do engage and communicate with me. I do truly appreciate that. It keeps me encouraged to keep doing this more. But on TikTok, it was way more exciting because I was getting new subscribers every day, new comments, all this, and it was more fun. It was more fun to see, because it's a lot of effort. A lot of effort and time goes into these videos and the editing and uploading and all that. It's a big part of my day. at least like 2-3 hours a day I was dedicating to that. And it was way more motivating to do that when I was getting real engagement of like, okay, this is worth my time. People are actually watching the videos. They're actually interested in listening. And I, like I said, I know some of y'all here on YouTube are, but I mean, I'm quite certain I'm shadow banned on here on YouTube. It just doesn't seem like for having 6,000 subscribers, it's really, reaching that many people. I know it's not. And yeah, so I was definitely demotivated these past 48 hours, 72 hours, whatever it is. And, I was just reflecting. And yesterday, it just kind of felt like this feeling of, it sounds ridiculous, but like forced into retirement. Like that's what I was thinking. I was like, this must be like what it feels like when you're too old and you're just forced into retirement. I know that's being dramatic and everything, but that's because I was feeling a real sense of purpose with these videos. And it was just like, it brought more meaning to my day. And to not make these videos, I was just thinking today, I was just like, man, it seems almost like kind of meaningless. Like this was giving me more meaning, more purpose in my life to make these videos. And I've already decided, because I was thinking about this one YouTuber named Eric Dubay. If y'all know Eric Dubay, I remember in 2017 when his channel was first deleted. I mean, he had maybe 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. And yeah, I remember that was the first time I remember a YouTube channel being deleted. And since then, he's made a new channel and re-uploaded the videos. And of course, he got kicked off YouTube again. And I mean, that was after, getting another 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. But I was thinking about Eric, and I was like, you know what? How must have felt with him, like with 100,000 subscribers and just like, boom, deleted. And he keeps getting back on the YouTube platform and re-uploading his videos. Good thing he saved them. And I was like, you know what? 2,000 subscribers on TikTok is nothing compared to what Eric Dubay went through. And I was like, you know what? I can just make another TikTok and start uploading again. And they got these stupid algorithms that certain keywords, whatever it was in that video, TikTok didn't like it. And yeah, but I my message will probably be more so just, helping men with the pornog. You can't even say that word, the corn. There's like, you got to navigate it. But, the addiction to the corn and, starting a relationship with God, because that's the real sense of purpose of this, is that I'm making these videos because I know that some part of me is a spiritual teacher. I've got way more to learn. Y'all, I'm a spiritual student first, okay? But some of the things I learn are fascinating, and I'm just like, this can help people. And so that's why I feel inspired to share it, because it's turned my life around. And it's great, like I said, it's motivating to get that, that feedback from others that they're saying like, hey, they really appreciate it. And I know a small handful of y'all here on YouTube, you do show that gratitude, and I'm also grateful right back at you. So thank you for that. And so yeah, this video is a little bit different, and I'm just talking about in general, just the censorship of the truth on the internet. And freedom of speech is definitely dead, because you are not allowed the freedom to say whatever you want on these platforms. And there is one subject that is, I'll just say it ends you up in jail. It's in Europe and in Israel, there's a certain subject matter that if you talk about it and you say you deny that event happened, they'll throw you in jail. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. But again, for censorship purposes, I feel like I shouldn't say it. But essentially, I'll say that there was some sort of event that happened in the past 100 years, and if you claim to deny that event really happened and that it was a lie or a hoax, you will go to jail. And there are people in jail right now in Europe, specifically in Germany, that are in jail right now because they deny that this event happened. And yeah, that's a real death of freedom of speech, because not only are you like crazy for denying that event happened. I mean, society thinks you're crazy, but on top of that, they'll throw you in a cage. They'll lock you up in prison for thinking the wrong way. And it's unfortunate. I mean, that's just, that's allowed in this world today, that you're not allowed to say certain things. They don't want you to think a certain way. You have to follow what they want. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous not to have the freedom of speech, to say whatever you want. People should be able to decide for themselves what they want to believe in. And, unfortunately, these social media platforms, they're trying to decide for us what we're allowed to talk about and discuss and what we're not. And they don't have, what is it, just the ultimate authority on truth. That's in God's hands. And these social media platforms claim to, have complete authority and power over the truth, over what is truth and what is not truth. And yeah, that again, that's like I was saying from that previous video, a sign that we're living in the end times, the last days, is that, we're not allowed to speak about certain subject matters. And when you really get close to the truth about like who's in control of this world and who's pulling the strings, yeah, that's when you get censored. That's when they take your video down, because that shows you who is really in control of these social media platforms. They don't want us talking about them, exposing them, shining a light on them like the cockroaches that they are. And it's liberating. It's liberating, because when you begin to go down this rabbit hole, you begin to learn, and you begin to realize that this group of people, they hate Jesus Christ so much that they murdered him. And it just builds my faith up, because they wouldn't hate this individual so much if he was just completely fictional and fake. They know that he is the real God, and that's why they hate him so much. That's why they tried killing him. And, it has the opposite effect. The more they try to suppress the truth, the more I just embrace it and know that I'm on the right path, because they wouldn't be so fearful of the truth if it was just meaningless. But they know there's power behind it, and that's why they try to censor it and try to cover it up. And you know what? I decided I'm just not going to stop making these videos. It feels too good. It feels too good to make these videos and talk to y'all and talking to this microphone, because it's my personality. It is the inherent quality in my soul that I need to talk about the truth. I need to talk about what is wrong in the world. It is programmed into me that I have to expose it. I have to talk about it. It's just, it allows me to, feel purposeful. And yeah, I mean, and without that sense of purpose, it's just, life isn't as great as it is. And like I said earlier, there's almost some sort of like meaninglessness in it, almost like, what am I doing with my time? And so yeah, y'all, I'll wrap this up. Again, thank you to y'all that do watch these YouTube videos and do enjoy watching, and I do appreciate your comments. I do enjoy communicating with y'all. And I've been praying to God that that these videos get more exposure to the light. Because my brief experience 1 month on TikTok showed to me that people do like these videos. Because I was beginning to question, I'm like, do my videos just suck? Like, do people just not like these videos? Like, why does it do nothing on YouTube? Because I've been going at this for years, y'all. Years, and it's just, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised there is some sort of suppression on this channel. And I've just been praying to God. I'm like, God, you know what? You're omnipotent. You're all powerful. And if it's your will, thank you for letting this YouTube channel shine and get to the right people. Because ultimately, I just want y'all to enter into a relationship with God. And I would say, yeah, there's some aspect where it's like, yeah, it'd be cool that, like, people make a full-time living off YouTube. Like that, yeah, sure, that'd be cool. But that's not my main motivation. I'm just saying, like, that'd be a cool side effect, like a side benefit. But I mean, that can't be my main motivation for it, because, they could take it away at any moment. Just like what happened the other day on TikTok, I just like opened my account. It's like, you've been banned. Okay. Like, it put all so much work and effort into that, and like, boom, taken away from you. And I know that that could very easily happen here on YouTube as well. And you know what? Today I'm allowed to upload to YouTube and talk about Jesus Christ, and they're not censoring that yet. They're not censoring Jesus yet. So, but I would not be surprised that one day they do begin to censor Jesus Christ and Christians very heavily. Right now, they probably allow it because then it's easier to track who's a Christian and who's not a Christian. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, the reason why they're allowing it right now is, so they can follow who is a follower of Jesus Christ, and then, they're easier to monitor and to follow. I'm getting into some end time stuff, but people have had dreams. People have had dreams about camps where they round up people, and people that align with the truth, people that align with God, people that align with Jesus Christ. And you should listen to some of those videos. I've re-uploaded them on this channel, and one of them is about Dimitri Duderman. The other one is Ken Peters, and they both have had prophetic dreams and visions of the end times and the persecutions of Christians. And that's something that's been going on for thousands of years, y'all. And yeah, and so that's, but again, another reason why I make these videos is like, hey, wake up. Like, this is a spiritual war. Like, are you in right relationship with God? Because that's all that matters. All that matters is the salvation of our soul. Like, snap out of it. Like, it's not about just, enjoying the matrix or surviving in the matrix. And, this is just the temporary world. The eternal world is heaven. And I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I end up in heaven. But that's not most people's number one motivation in life. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about getting into heaven, what's going to happen after they die. And I'm just saying it should be a higher priority for people. It should be the highest priority for people because it's eternal. It's the only thing that's eternal. Everything else in this life is temporary. The only thing that is eternal is our spiritual progress, the relationship we make with God in this life. Everything else is literally meaningless, does not matter at all. There is only one thing you can take away from this life, and that is your relationship with God. And you work on that now in this life. And if someone dies without a relationship with God, it's very unlikely they're going to go to heaven. I don't know. Ultimately, Jesus Christ has the say on that. And but I'm just, yeah. And it's the best too, because, the best way to live this life is to be in a relationship with God anyway. So like, if you want to be the happiest that you want to, like, that you could be, it's, live this life for God now. And then in the end as well, like, you go to heaven too. And, because God is the source of love. God is the source of peace. God is the source of happiness. And it's all that matters. It's all that really matters. And it's why I make these videos. The ultimate reason why. Because, say in a scenario this did get popular, I'm like making a bunch of ad revenue and all that. And, but that's all temporary. That all just, stays here on earth. And so that's why there's like, good money, and then there's like blood money. There is righteous money that's made in a good way, and then there's money that's made in a bad way. And it's all about the good works, the good karma. So yeah, y'all, thank you for listening to this video, and may God bless all y'all. I'll keep making videos. Namaste.